Jai Hind students, in this video I am going to describe or give the introductory idea of respiration in plants, chapter 14, class 11. So first of all, we must know what is respiration and how it is correlated with the process of digestion. In the process of during the study of digestion chapter, we have read that what is digestion. Digestion is breaking down of complex compound into simpler compound. That is digestion only. Digestion includes only the breaking down of complex compound into simpler compound. Means if we are taking food in a very complex nature and we are taking food and by food we take nutrients that are present in complex nature. In the previous chapter, biomolecules, you have read about macromolecules and micromolecules. Macromolecules are the biomolecules that are larger in size. That macromolecules is broken down into simpler molecule by the process of digestion. So first of all, we must know that then why do we eat food? Simple question, why do we eat food? हम लोग भोजन क्यों लेते हैं? We eat food to get energy. From the initial classes we know that, and we give this definition that why do we eat food? We eat food to get energy. So how do we get this energy from the food? हम लोग इस भोजन से एनर्जी कैसे पाते हैं? That we will study in respiration. वो टॉपिक हम लोग रेस्पिरेशन में पढ़ेंगे कि हम लोग भोजन से एनर्जी कैसे पाते हैं. सो ओके, नाउ रेस्पिरेशन इज ऑल्सो हाउ रेस्पिरेशन इज रिलेटेड टू ब्रीदिंग प्रोसेस. ब्रीदिंग इन रेस्पिरेशन वी नीड सर्टेन oxidatory substance or certain inflammatory substance or certain combusting substance that will break down the bonds and that will burn the food to get out the energy, to release the energy. And in respiration that substance is gas. That substance is gas, that is oxygen. Okay, and when the foods are burned, CO2 is released in the same way like physical combustion that occurs outside our body. Inside our body, the food burns in the presence of O2 and gives combustion and completely break down into CO2 by the process of respiration. So respiration is a biological combustion process. So how we can get the gases inside our body and outside we can expel our CO2? That process includes breathing. So respiration, breathing, digestion, all these body physiology are correlated and interrelated. So in the beginning topic of NCERT, two definitions, important definitions are given. Cellular respiration, mechanism of breakdown of food materials within the cell to release energy. The breaking down of food into complex molecule into simpler molecule is called as digestion, and the process that includes the release of energy from the food material is called as respiration. And when this energy is released, the energy is not only released completely into heat or some another form of energy. This energy is trapped by a molecule called ADP, adenosine diphosphate, and it is converted into ATP. So the formation of ATP from the food inside cell constitute respiration process, or cellular respiration means it is living respiration. So by a diagram we can understand and correlate it with the digestion process. We take food and food is a complex compound. Inside food there are various complex compounds are present in the form of nutrition like carbohydrate, nucleic acid, proteins, lipids. These all complex compounds are present inside our food and we take food to get nutrition and energy. When we take food, what happens? By the process of digestion, it is converted into simpler compound. For example, carbohydrate is converted into glucose. In the same way, lipid will be converted into its micromolecules, that is glycerol and fatty acid. If we are taking proteins, then it will be converted into amino acids by the process of digestion. And in the process of digestion, we all have studied that it takes place in a small intestine. Then after digestion, it is transported to each and every cell of the body. We know that when the complete digestion is completed inside our small intestine, it is absorbed by villi that is present in the small intestine. Blood capillaries they are, and from there the simpler molecule of food are transported to each and every cell. In the case of animals, it is performed by blood capillaries and blood. When this simpler compound reaches each and every cell of our body, what happens there? ग्लूकोज जब पूरे सेल के हर सेल में पहुंच जाएगा बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, अब वहां पे ग्लूकोज के साथ क्या होगा? जो होगा उससे हमें एनर्जी मिलेगी, and that process is called as respiration. So respiration is process is taking place in each and every cell of our body, because after digestion the digested food is transported to each and every cell of our body via capillaries and blood. If it is unicellular molecule, then they are taking the food, and digestion process, respiration process, excretion process, everything will go inside only single cell. If it is multicellular body, then each and every cell will perform the phenomenon of respiration. Okay, now inside cell this glucose will be assimilated, means this glucose will be burnt out in the presence of oxygen, or it may not be, oxygen may not be present. But if oxygen is present and oxygen is not present, it is in the further chapters we will study what is difference, but it will be burnt out. Okay, it will be broken down, and when it will be broken down, the released energy will be trapped by a substance, biochemical substance ADP, that is already present in the cell, and by the breaking down of the bonds of glucose, the energy released will be utilized by adding of ADP with inorganic phosphate that is already present in our body, and the formation of ATP. And this ATP we all know that, and it is energy currency. All the energy released by glucose is not wasted in form of heat or something else. It is trapped by ADP molecule, and it is used to form a bond between ATP and inorganic phosphate to form ATP, that is the energy currency of our cell, living organism. So after transportation, glucose or anything else that is the simpler compound is transported to the every cell of the body. Inside that cell, assimilation will take place, means burning out of this glucose or whatever simpler compound is reached takes place, and this process is called as respiration. Okay, so in respiration, here NCERT book, the breaking down of C bond means complex compound. These are biomolecules that we are taking in the form of nutrition, in the form of food. Bonds of complex compound through oxidation within the cells, leading to the release of considerable amount of energy, is called as respiration. And what the substance that is going under the process of oxidation, that is being burned out, जो oxidized हो रहा है, जो burn out हो रहा है, that substance is known as respiratory substrate. उस substance को हम लोग respiratory substrate कहते हैं. For example, यहाँ पे आपका respiratory substrate glucose हो गया. If the case of fatty acid, then it is the fatty acid will be the substrate. In the case of lipid, if here it will be protein, then the amino acid will be the respiratory substrate, means the substance which is going under the process of oxidation to release energy. Now concentrate here the respiration process steps. I am giving just introduction of respiration. In the next videos, each and every step of the respiration will described one by one. So this chapter we have to study this respiration process. Now have a look of respiration as a wholesome process. During respiration, some steps are involved. The first step is glycolysis. Okay, this was introduction and correlation how the respiration process is related to our digestion process. Now concentrate on the respiration process that this chapter is going to teach you. This respiration process consists of steps. That first step is glycolysis. Okay, this glycolysis is an universal process. I have told you here that respiration may take place in the presence of O2 or in the absence of O2. Okay, so two different types of respiration may occur, but mind here that respiration includes first process glycolysis that occurs in each and every living organism. इट इज़ यूनिवर्सल प्रोसेस. ये यूनिवर्सल प्रोसेस है. कोई भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म उसको ऑक्सीजन की ज़रूरत है या नहीं है, इट डजेंट मैटर. हर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म में रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस के तौर पर वो ऑर्गेनिज्म ग्लाइकोलिसिस करेगा ही करेगा. अगर वो ऑक्सीजन के प्रेजेंस में कर रहा है तो अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी रिलीज डिफरेंट होगा, केमिकल सब्सटेंस प्रोड्यूस्ड एज बाय प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंट होगा. और अगर वो इन एब्सेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन कर रहा है तो अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी रिलीज डिफरेंट होगा एंड बाय प्रोडक्ट जो आपका प्रोडक्ट बनेगा वो डिफरेंट होगा. बट इट डजेंट मैटर दैट द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म इज aerobic or anaerobic. The glycolysis process will take place in each and every living organism. And where? कहाँ? In the cytoplasm. Okay? आप जान सकते हैं, आप बाद में पढ़ेंगे कि रेस्पिरेशन में माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया का इन्वॉल्वमेंट है. तो अब जहाँ माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया नहीं है वहाँ रेस्पिरेशन कैसा होगा? इसलिए ये लेकिन साइटोप्लाज्म तो हर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म के पास प्रेजेंट है. आप इससे याद रखिएगा. इफ इट इज अ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म देन इट विल हैव सेल एंड साइटोप्लाज्म. साइटोप्लाज्म, एवरी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म हैज साइटोप्लाज्म. सो ग्लाइकोलिसिस inside respiration, glycolysis is the universal process that takes place inside the cytoplasm, that is also called cytosol. तो कोई भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म है वो रेस्पिरेशन करेगा, और रेस्पिरेशन करेगा तो वो एरोबिक है या एनारोबिक है हम बाद में देखेंगे. अगर वो रेस्पिरेशन कर रहा है इट मीन्स उसमें ग्लाइकोलिसिस का प्रोसेस हो रहा है. नाउ आफ्टर ग्लाइकोलिसिस द प्रोडक्ट विल बी फॉर्म्ड. Okay, ABC product will be formed. Now that product, depending upon that the living organism is aerobic or anaerobic, means it requires oxygen and no oxygen, it will go under different process. If the living organism is aerobic, then the chemical process or the steps include Krebs cycle. Okay, that we will study in next video one by one. And then Krebs cycle and electron transport chain for the release of energy. So after glycolysis, if the living organism is aerobic, means it requires oxygen. It requires oxygen for the burning out of respiratory substrate. Then Krebs cycle will take place and electron transport chain will takes place. Where does this Krebs cycle will occur? It will occur inside mitochondria if it is eukaryote. if the living organism is eukaryote, then the Krebs cycle will occur inside mitochondria. Then correlate here that glycolysis is taking place in the cytoplasm, okay, cytosol. So if it is eukaryote and aerobic organism, then the product will be transferred to mitochondria. Inside mitochondria, the product, whatever the product will be formed in glycolysis, it will be transferred to the mitochondrial space, mitochondrial lumen, okay, mitochondrial matrix. And after that, electron transport will takes place, that will happen on the membrane of the mitochondria. We will read further in detail. So after glycolysis, if the organism is aerobic, then the product will be transferred inside the mitochondria. Here Krebs cycle will take place, and the product, again whatever is released, the next step will be taken place on the membrane of the mitochondria, that consists of two membrane, inner membrane cristae and outer membrane. Just like electron transport chain and the membranal structure, you can correlate with the photosynthesis thylakoidal structure. Now if the living organism is anaerobic, then different reaction will take place and energy may be released or may not be released. Whatever will happen, this type of living organism will depend upon the energy that is released in the process of glycolysis, okay. It is taking place in absence of oxygen, so it is common sense that oxygen रहता है तो वो न्यूट्रिशन, वो जो न्यूट्रिएंट सब्सटेंस है वो कंप्लीट ऑक्सीडाइज्ड होगा, कंप्लीट बर्नआउट होगा. अगर ऑक्सीजन नहीं है तो वो कंप्लीट बर्नआउट नहीं होगा. अगर कोई सब्सटेंस कंप्लीट बर्नआउट नहीं हो रहा है तो एनर्जी रिलीज भी कम होगा. आधा अधूरा जला तो आधा अधूरा जलेगा तो उस लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म में जो एनर्जी रिलीज होगी वो कम होगी और मे बी नहीं भी हो सकता है. तो एनारोबिक के केस में यही होता है. व्हाट विल हैपन इन एनारोबिक केस? The product that is formed in the case of glycolysis में जो product बना, same product that will go for aerobic, and the same product if it will be go for anaerobic cycle, means the living organism is anaerobic, then what happen? Maybe fermentation takes place, उस substance का fermentation होगा, गलेगा, सड़ेगा, फर्मेंट करेगा, और देयर में बी फॉर्मेशन ऑफ लैक्टिक एसिड, और लैक्टिक एसिड का फॉर्मेशन होगा, जो कि आप पहले हर बार क्लास में पढ़ते आ रहे हैं कि हमारे मसल सेल में लैक्टिक एसिड का फॉर्मेशन होता है. तो इनसाइड अ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म, अगर कोई लिविंग ये ऑर्गेनिज्म है और इट इज एरोबिक, इस लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म के किसी सेल में ये भी पॉसिबल हो सकता है कि वो सेल एनारोबिक रेस्पिरेशन भी कर सकता है. मीन्स एक लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म में एरोबिक एंड एनारोबिक दोनों रेस्पिरेशन हो सकता है. नाउ एरोबिक होगा तो ज़्यादा एनर्जी रिलीज होगी, कैसे होगी, कब होगी, क्यों होगी, वो हम लोग जब ये साइकिल पढ़ेंगे तो जानेंगे कि आखिर क्यों ज़्यादा एनर्जी रिलीज होगी. एनारोबिक होगा तो कौन सा प्रोडक्ट बनेगा, एनर्जी कम क्यों रिलीज होती है, ये हम लोग बाद में पढ़ेंगे. लेकिन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म में दोनों एक साथ चल सकता है, दोनों प्रोसेस ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन हो सकता है, या केवल एक प्रोसेस ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन भी हो सकता है. तो जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म दैट डिपेंड अपॉन ओनली एनारोबिक रेस्पिरेशन फॉर होल लाइफ, देन दे आर कॉल्ड एज ऑब्लिगेट एनारोबिक ऑर्गेनिज्म. इफ दे स्विच ऑन टू एरोबिक एंड एनारोबिक, देन दे आर फैकल्टेटिव एरोबिक organism, means sometimes aerobic and sometimes anaerobic. So this is the wholesome figure of your respiration that what you are going to study in this chapter, that is respiration in plants. The topic will be included the process of glycolysis, okay, then anaerobic respiration, fermentation, lactic acid formation, all the chemical formulas we have to study in this chapter. Now if the living organism is aerobic, then Krebs cycle का whole structure हमें पढ़ना है, then electron transport chain का whole structure हमें पढ़ना है, then हमें एक इंट्रोडक्टरी आइडिया ये भी लेनी है रेस्पिरेटरी कोटेंट का कि कौन सा सब्सटेंस बर्न होगा तो हम लोगों को कितनी ऑक्सीजन की ज़रूरत है, कितना कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज होगा, कितना एनर्जी रिलीज होगा, रेस्पिरेशन होल एज अ बायोकेमिकल प्रोसेस कैसा प्रोसेस है, ये सभी टॉपिक हम लोग इस चैप्टर में पढ़ेंगे. सो concluding this video, you must remember that respiration includes certain steps. The first step is glycolysis, that is taking place in the cytoplasm of the living organism, and it occurs in each and every living organism, whether it is aerobic and anaerobic. Then the product of glycolysis will go into another cycle if the living organism is aerobic, and it is Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. If the living organism is anaerobic, then the same product will go under fermentation process and lactic acid process. In the next video, I am going to start the whole complete process of glycolysis, all the steps that are included under glycolysis, that is an universal process. Okay, thank you.